Hello and welcome to Becky's House of Sewing podcast or vlog or video cast, however you want to call it, on YouTube, all about threads and needles pertaining to all things crafty, like cross stitch, quilting primarily, but embroidery works, felt embroidery works, applique works, all things thread and needle. If you ever come to Becky's House of Sewing, I will always have a needle ready for you. It's just how it is. All right, so today is Wednesday, December 1st, 3 days away from my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, Bubba. And several days, actually 4 days away from vacation too. All next week I'm on vacation, where I have a couple things planned, but my big plan is just to stay at home, lock myself in with all my crafts, and just sew to my heart's content. But today I want to talk to you a bit about rebellion, a little bit about where I'm at with my WIPS, which is a work in progress. I want to touch on while I say that, let me just stop for a minute. So last week, Thanksgiving, that was last week, right? Yeah, last week. I went to my neighbor's house, to which I got rave reviews about my podcast. Thank you very much. But also wanted to see more. Ron, my neighbor, he didn't understand what cross stitch was and why I wasn't showing myself actually stitching and blah, 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 blah. So I just cured that. I heard my audience. I responded to my audience, and went right ahead and did an episode specific to my neighbor, Ron, which I hope made him feel really good, because I do really love Ron. I'm really excited that they watch every week. So with that said, and I did get good responses from other people as well, for that little breakout extra, that I think I might have a little extra segment to some of my videos for Ron. I don't know if anybody listens to the podcast Smartless. Smartless has Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes on this. And they are buddies, and they wanted to start a podcast and basically to make themselves a little smarter. And it's essentially them interviewing, professional people, smart people, scientists, politicians, other comedians, just interviewing other people. And then the hosts rag on each other, which entertains me greatly. But the reason why I digress into this is because Sean Hayes has a cousin named Tracy, who he often breaks off and says, "Hey, Tracy, this is what this is," which has become a shtick. So I think Ron could be my Tracy. So I could just say, "Hey, Ron, a WIP is a work in progress, WIP." So I think that may pop in from time to time. I hope he enjoys it. I hope you enjoy it. I just went on a walk, so I'm parched. So I digress. So I have some WIPs. I have some haul, which haul means I've been shopping. And then I have, of course, plans. And I can start from there. So I wanted to talk about some rebellion. Since I posted my last podcast and said that I wanted to get my bunny done for my mother-in-law, which is Somebody Loves Me. Oh, I keep going the wrong way. Sorry. Somebody Loves Me. And this is by Cottage Garden Samplers. Very cute. So I've just delayed on it. And the reason why is because it's 36 count. And it's 2 over 2, Ron. That means 2 threads over 2 threads of 2 threads of floss over 2 threads of linen. And come to find out, I really like the coverage better on 36 count with 1 thread over 2. So I've gotten far, but I'm not like real pleased. I mean, from this distance, which, come on, it's fine, Becky. Well, my aunt commented that I should totally get this done, which I know she's right, but therefore I didn't want to do it. So I started a different project because why not? I believe I had said on token of fall, which let me just show you my progress. I've stitched on this a little bit, not a lot, and I didn't stitch at all today in stitching on this. That I actually really like silks. That was a neat experience, and I'm very pleased. So here's a needle and thread. So what I started was long May she wave. Look how far I got. This is like 2 days of stitching, just like 4 hours. Very impressive with my own self, if I do say so myself. So here's the actual pattern, and the more I stitch it, the more I think I'm not gonna do the doodads and the birds. I think I'm just gonna do the border. I might do an extra border just to make it, you know, red, white, and blue, but I really like it. So this is my first attempt of 1 over 1. 1 thread over 1 thread. Very impressive. And I can see why it's not so fun for a lot of people. The problem I have mostly with the 1 over 1 is the way the linens go. So as a woven item, so you have some threads that go over and some threads that go under the threads. And in cross stitch, when you're working on linen, you should always try to start your first stitch, because you can go any direction you want to, but I go left to right. So I start my stitch, my bottom and bottom X, or slant of the X, from the bottom left, and I end at the top right. That bottom left should ideally start with the thread that goes over. That keeps your stitch from kind of going under, and really preserves the full X. And because you're going over 2 threads, you kind of skip out on that one that goes under. When you do 1 over 1, you're always going to hit, at least one of your stitches is going to hit the one that goes under. So I've had some stitches where I know I've stitched the 1 over 1, but it kind of looks like it's only a quarter of a stitch because the way it's pulled. So I've had to work a little bit on my tension. Pulled some stuff out. Not so fun on the 1 over 1, and some people just do the 1 slant, 1 half cross, which is also referred to as a tent stitch, mostly from needlework. So that's kind of where I'm at. I really like it. I've got like 1 word left, so I'll definitely probably finish it up, and I need to do the white and the border, so I'll probably get that finished up soon. I can see that being finished by next week. Now watch, I won't do it at all, because I got the bunny out during stitching. I confessed to my aunt that I was in full rebellion. Showed her my progress, which everyone oohed and awed over. And then somebody's like, what's wrong with the bunny again? Tell me why you don't like it. So I went and I got it, and then I showed everyone, and they're like, everyone jumped on board. Becky, you totally need to get that done. I was like, fine, I'll do it. So I got it out, and now I'll get everything out and ready to go. The key to life is making things easy for yourself. So if I can get, because I had put the bunny away on a shelf, and to get up, get it out, find all the stuff. So if I just get all that gathered up, which, because I've shown you, I've gotten it all out. So I've gotten the chart, I've got the threads, Ooh, a little bonus, a little extra felt from a previous project. I'll get it out, put it by my sewing chair, which means I'll work on it. The other exciting thing that had happened was the haul part of my, oh, well, I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I pick you up and see how that will work. So I got some of the sawtooths done, which are half square triangles. And so I got the bottom row all sewn together. I've got the top row all cut and ready to sew together. Not too shabby. I did that on Sunday, and because I was standing and sewing, and I think I need to improve my sewing chair. It's not as comfortable or ergonomic, and it kind of threw my lower back out because I also sit all day for work. So I need to go shopping for another chair. Exciting. But I also don't need to buy a chair, if you know what I mean. I need one. I want one. It's more of a want than a need. I digress. So I got most of that done, and I took a break from it because my sewing chair is much more comfortable and a recliner. Need I say more? So Stash Charlotte has opened up again. Stash Charlotte is a primarily yarn store that also sells Janome sewing machines, so she's a dealer. So ironic that the store named Stash is a dealer. I digress. Stash is referring to one's collection of supplies. And I mean, everyone needs one. Everyone always could use more. Although some may disagree. I don't disagree. She has been closed for a long time because she was moving and then the pandemic hit. So it's been a stressful, arduous time for Lucy, the owner of the shop. But the location of the new shop is very accessible to myself. And what I like about the shop is not only does it sell Janome, so I can get supplies from my machine, but also they have some fabric, they have some stitchy accoutrement, and they are starting to sell more and more embroidery things. So she opened up this last weekend on Saturday, and she's open on Sunday, so I went to show my support and my adoration for her store. So I am about to show you what I bought. So first thing, enamel pin. Ooh, so cute. Here, let me hide. This is a Shibu, and it is her daughter's dog. And he's knitting a sweater. Isn't that cute? I think that's what he's doing. I think oh no, he's just holding a snowflake. Never mind. But it's still cute. I got some hardware for the bag I'm making, so that's exciting. I got Oregon needles, Oregon company. Ron, do you know about Oregon? Oregon Needle Company actually apparently makes the Janome needles, and then Janome just rebrands them. So she's like, you might as well just buy them direct from the company that makes them. So I was like, sure, I can buy into that. And I am Becky's House of Sewing. You always need extra needles. No problem. Consider it done. So I got that. And then I got a lovely pack of fat quarters. At least I think it's fat quarters. Of Liberty. Which, if anyone is not familiar with Liberty, they are famous for these kinds of floral prints. Now, Liberty of London is a big deal. And I think this is in conjunction with Liberty of London, but I don't really know. It's by Riley Blake. So I haven't investigated more, because I thought it was Liberty of London when I was buying it, but it's with Riley Blake. So I will have to investigate more. But they have bolts of this fabric, and also they have the wider fabric, and it's on a roll, kind of like if you were to buy upholstery fabric and such like that. So to see these prints in this material, it's not upholstery weight, it's really cotton, so I would assume you could make clothing out of it. It was just beautiful and delightful. I went to pet it. I did that. And so the other thing I talked about, the rifle calendar. They sell the rifle fabric, which I could get in a lot of trouble with. So this is some of the rifle fabric. And look, it's in columns. I didn't even know this is in rows. I had this print that I bought from her shop a while back, and made something out of it. And let me show you what I made. So I used my mom's AccuCutter, and she had bought this 6-inch block set of dies so that you could make different patterns. And so this is what I made out of it, because she also, for one Christmas, got me, my mother, got me these solids, a fat quarter bundle of solids. So I made this with it. So you can kind of, let me get a little closer. You can see a couple of the blocks. And it's really cute. I really like it, but I was kind of sad that I cut the fabric up, because I love it so much. So getting this was just because I was sad that I didn't have any more, that I had used it all up. So here's the cool thing, like I had, my idea to finish this top up is to do some borders, and I was going to do the solids of the charcoal and this khaki color, but now that I know that this comes in stripes, or columns, like I'll have to do the math. I don't know that I have enough in this to complete this project, but I might have to go back, because I did intend 100% to go there to get some more bobbins for my Janome machine, because I only have like 2 empty ones, and that's not appropriate. You need to have more available in case. But she hadn't gotten them unpacked, so I have to go back. So maybe I could get, instead of a half yard, a full yard. So then I could still have one on hand. See where I'm going with this. So that is this guy. I love it. Isn't it cute? Here, let me just kind of spin it around so you can see all the colors. I was very pleased. And it's mostly square. It'll look great when I get it completed. What will I use it for? Have no idea. That is not the point. The point of crafting is to please oneself, because it makes you happy. So more fabric. More fabric. Look how cute that is. This made me think of my friend Abby. Abby, I don't know if you watch, but you might soon get something made out of this. Maybe, unless I keep it for myself because I like it. And I find that those are the best gifts. If you have a hard time giving it up because you like it so much, sign up a good gift. Look at this. I got this. I just like the color combination. Nice little fabric. I got some bees. Isn't that cute? Not directional. Always a good sign. Okay. I don't know if you know this about me, but I collect pigs. So when I saw this, I mean, it's not really an option. You have to buy this, don't you think? And then here's the other thing. Abby, who, very good friend of mine, I would say in the best friend category. We lived together for a long time. I don't want to count how many years. In our college ages. And she just bought me a little pink purse that is almost this exact shape of the pig. Entertaining, is it not? Great minds think alike, and so do ours. All right, so the last thing I want to share is a future Christmas gift. So, Mom, if you want to be surprised, please look away now. If you don't, and you want to see the progress, because that's kind of cool too, please do. All right, so this is a kit, one of her embroidery kits. And look how cute that is. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So, this is my progress on it, because I, had to start it right away. So, done some embroidery on it already. I have that all out. I decided that I wanted to do it in this sewing room so I could be on a chair, because I'm allergic to the wall. And so when I was using I was like in my recliner and I had my leg up and I was kind of using it for a flat surface, I started having a reaction to it. But it came with these nice needles. Let's see, will it focus? So, nice set of needles. And then I plan to pull some of the stitches out of this book. Has anybody seen this book before? Well, I mean, you could just tell by the cover how cool it is. Look at all those things you can do with embroidery. How does that not look cool? It totally looks cool. So I might do some stitches out of that, because it shows you some stitches, but it's a handmade item. I can do what I want. Also because it's America. Am I done with haul? No, I'm not done with haul yet. Okay, the other thing I got was this book by Minki Kim. If you have not been introduced to Minki Kim, I highly recommend you look her up. She is this lady right here, which she's Korean, adorable. I mean, right now, and look what she makes. I mean, don't you want to just be your friend? Look, there is, right there, a macaroon pin cushion, people. A macaroon pin cushion. Anybody who makes those kinds of things, I want to be their friend. But anyway, there's lots of cool books and patterns, bags and patterns in here that I look forward to possibly doing. Possibly not. And then, last but not least, okay, so we're rounding out the extravaganza of haul. They had these matchbook cross stitch. Cross stitch? Ears perked up? So let me pull the sticker off of one so I can open it up. I am yet to do that. So cross stitch in a matchbook. Hello, Space Invaders. How cool is that? And then it comes with everything you need. Look how cute. Little, adorable. I want to open it all the way up. So you have the fabric, and the thread, I assume a pattern, but I don't see the pattern yet. Oh, the pattern's folded up. Look how cool that is. I mean, that is some more kind of little. Okay, so I got a little carried away with those because I bought all of them. Now, don't go crazy. There's only 4 of them. So this one is a little rainbow with a face on it. This one's a little strawberry with a face on it. I think it's gonna look like that. I'm trying to see if it'll... And then here's another one. This is real cute too. Little birds and a snail. So that, my friends, is my haul. So, vacation's coming up, moving right into plans. So, what do I have in store for myself? So, on Monday, I am going to Greensboro to meet up with my parents, where my husband and I are going to go. There is a place called Reconsider Goods in Greensboro that is a craft thrift shop. Let's wrap our minds around that for a moment. So we're going to go there. We have a donation to give from my husband's father. He makes signs and or made signs and used a pantograph machine to do it. So he's got all these cool brass letters, alphabets. We probably have about 12 of them. And we have all the desk sign holders and the vinyl that he wrote on. We've got all of it. Now, we think that these letters are pretty fly. I mean, look how cool they are. Old and tarnished and stuff. So I think we want to keep some of those, but we can certainly part with at least one. If we have 12, I mean, we can part with some to make it a set for somebody, and hopefully that will inspire another crafter somewhere. And then see what trouble we can get into that store as well. And then want to have lunch with my parents and go to Replacements to see what stuff they have. And then Replacements is a shop online too, so go to Replacements. If you're missing any collectible of any sort, estate jewelry, collectibles, china, crystal, ornaments, spode, all the things, that is where you go to find them, especially if they are no longer being made. So I'm going to go there and see if I can get some fruit bowls for my rose chintz that have accidentally, systematically been broken over the last couple of years. And I really like that size. It's a small. It's like the right size. So I'm going to go to that. Then Tuesday, I'm not leaving the house. You can't make me. Wednesday is stitching. So we'll be at stitching. And then we go to Mike's mom's house for dinner. And then Thursday, I am meeting up with some girls from work, and we're going to cross stitch together. They're newbies, so we're gonna do some practicing, talk through show and tell, share some techniques and tips, that kind of thing. And then Friday, staying home. Saturday, staying home. So it'll be a great time. And I go back to work the next Monday. Sad. But I'm really looking forward to having some time off and doing those kinds of things. So things I would like to do on my vacation. I would like to get some gifts done. So that's the cross-stitching rabbit. And the other thing that I showed that my mom didn't want to see if she didn't see it. And then I would like to cut into the peppered cottons quilt, the Roaring 20s quilt. I'd like to get that started. Let's be real. We're not going to get it completed, but I'd like to get it started. And then I would like to get that finished. So that's a lot in my crafty world to accomplish. And plus I probably need to do laundry. I would like to cook some because I don't have a lot of time to cook in normal life because work is long and I have a longer commute. So I don't get to do fun cooking. So I see some cooking in my future and watch TV, watch like girly stuff and just in general, maybe take a nap. Wouldn't that be great? Vacation nap. Oh, those are the best. I digress, and I'm getting to almost 30 minutes. Goodness, longest episode ever. But when you get excited about things, you start talking about things. So I hope you all had a successful Thanksgiving and that you've gotten some stitchy time in. I hope that you have friends to stitch with because having a weekly stitching meeting, highly recommend it. It's very fun and just uplifting. As well as you get to play with stitching. I mean, duh, that's the best part, really. So have a great week. Do some stitching. I'll see you next week. And maybe we'll have another surprise episode if something comes up. If my audience demands a video of some sort, then I have to do what my audience needs and wants. I mean, I have tens of people following me. Anyway, have a great week. I will see you later. Please subscribe and like and all the things. Feel free to comment. I have been able to keep up with the comments, which is exciting. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye.